Wait, have you ever noticed this? You know exactly what you want to say in English. The idea is clear in your head, but the moment you open your mouth, everything just stops. Your mind goes blank, your heart beats faster, and suddenly you feel like everyone is waiting, judging. Hmm. What if I tell you the problem is not your English? What if the real problem is you don't know how to pause?
Well, that sounds uncomfortable already. Hey everyone, I'm Robert.
And I'm Emma. And today we're talking about something small but powerful.
Emma, let me ask you something. Why do people panic when they speak English?
Hmm. Because silence feels dangerous. You know, people think silence means I don't know English. But that's not true.
Right. And native speakers pause all the time. Actually, they pause more than learners.
Exactly. But learners do this instead. They rush. They speak fast. They push words out. They panic-fill silence with noise.
Oh, yeah. Like when someone says, I think maybe like how to say, and you're like, bro, breathe.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, they know the words. They just don't trust silence. Here's the truth. Your brain needs time. Even in your native language, you pause, but in English, you don't allow it.
Because you think, if I pause, they'll think I'm stupid.
Yes, but native speakers think the opposite. Native speakers pause to sound confident. Learners rush and sound nervous. That's the difference.
So pauses are not weakness?
No. Pauses are control.
Okay, Emma, give me an example.
Sure. Listen to this sentence. I think English is difficult. Now listen again. I think English is difficult. Which one sounds more confident?
The second one, obviously.
Exactly. Same words, different pauses.
So what's the biggest mistake learners make?
They try to sound fluent instead of sounding calm.
Oh, wow. That hits hard.
Let me repeat this because it matters. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is control.
You know, Emma, I remember my first English presentation. I spoke fast, no pauses. My voice was shaking.
And how did it feel?
Terrible. I finished, but I didn't feel confident.
Here's a simple trick. When you speak English, pause after important words. Not long, just a breath.
So instead of filling silence with, we replace it with calm?
Exactly. Silence is better than noise. Exactly.
Okay, let's go deeper. Why does the brain freeze exactly at the moment we want to speak?
Because your brain thinks you're in danger. Not real danger, but social danger.
You mean fear of judgment?
Exactly. Your brain doesn't care about grammar. It cares about one thing only. How do I look right now?
Oh, so when people listen to me, my brain goes into survival mode.
Yes. Fight, flight, or freeze. And many English learners freeze.
So where do pauses come in?
Pauses tell your brain, I'm okay. I'm in control. I don't need to rush.
That's interesting. So the pause is not for the listener, it's for us.
Exactly. Let me say this again, slowly. Pauses calm your brain. Calm brain, clear words.
That already feels different. Okay, confession time. When I speak English, I feel like I'm racing. Like if I stop, everything will collapse.
Yes, like the sentence will die if you pause.
Exactly.
Here's the illusion. Native speakers are not faster. They just pause confidently.
So we hear pauses as confidence, but we feel pauses as fear.
That's a perfect way to say it. Listen carefully. Version 1. I want to talk about my experience learning English because it was very difficult for me at first. Now, version 2. I want to talk about my experience learning English because it was very difficult for me at first.
Wow. The second one sounds thoughtful.
Yes, not slow, thoughtful.
So what do learners usually do wrong?
They panic, fill silence. Uh, you know, like,
But wait, we are allowed to say you know, right?
of course, but not as fear, as rhythm. Think of speaking like music. No pauses is noise. Pauses create meaning.
Oh, that makes sense. You know, when I finally allowed myself to pause, people listened more, not less.
Because confidence is quiet. Here's a simple exercise. When you speak, pause after subject, main verb, important idea.
So instead of speed, we choose structure.
Exactly. Let's lock this in. Pauses are not mistakes. Pauses are signals.
Signals of confidence.
Yes.
So next time I pause, I'll just think, I'm sounding native right now.
Exactly. Fake it until your brain believes it.
Okay, but what about real conversations? Fast ones, interruptions.
Good question. And that's where things get interesting. Good question.
All right, let's talk about real conversations now. Not practice, not alone, real people, real pressure.
This is where most learners panic because real conversations are messy. People interrupt, they react, they don't wait.
Exactly, and that's where my pauses disappear. I just try to survive.
Yes, survival English mode.
Emma, sorry, speaker one, let me ask you this. What if I pause and the other person jumps in?
Good question, Robert. I mean, speaker two. Here's the truth. If someone jumps in, that's okay. Pausing doesn't mean stopping forever. It means holding your space.
Holding my space. That sounds powerful.
Because it is. In real conversations, pauses are shorter, but they still exist, even half a second.
So it's not about long, dramatic pauses.
No, it's about permission. Permission to breathe. Imagine this conversation. Someone asks you, "So, what do you do?" Version 1. I work as a manager in a company that focuses on digital marketing and social media strategy. Version 2. I work as a manager in a company that focuses on digital marketing and social media strategy.
The second one feels calmer, more confident.
Yes, same information, different energy.
You know what's funny? When I rush, I actually forget words. But when I pause, they come back.
Yes, pauses invite words back. Speed scares them away. Here's something important. Your vocabulary is not gone. It's blocked.
Blocked by stress?
Yes, stress closes access. Pauses reopen it. Let me repeat this slowly. You don't lose words. You lose access.
That alone changes how I see my English. Can I be honest? Sometimes I feel stupid. I know I'm not, but I feel like it.
That feeling is very common, but it's not intelligence, it's pressure.
But what about this fear? What if I sound slow?
Let's clear this up. Slow is not the opposite of fluent. Nervous is.
So calm beats fast.
Every time. Think about confident people you know. Do they rush?
No, they take their time.
Exactly. Confidence has space.
This is weirdly relaxing, just hearing this.
Good. That's your nervous system calming down. Here's a rule you can use today. When someone asks you a question, pause, smile, then answer.
Even just that pause?
Yes, that pause says, I'm not rushed, I'm not scared.
So instead of panicking, I just smile like I know what I'm doing.
Exactly. Confidence is often an illusion, but it works. Let's lock this part in. Real conversations don't need speed, they need presence.
Presence over perfection.
Yes.
Okay, what about high stress moments? Interviews, presentations, important calls.
That's where pauses become essential. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next.
All right, let's go into the hardest situations now. Interviews, presentations, important meetings. The moments where your heart is loud and your mouth feels dry.
Yes. These are the moments where people forget everything. Not because they don't know English, but because their body takes over. When stress hits, your breathing changes, your muscles tighten, your thoughts speed up, and your pauses disappear.
That's true. I feel like I'm being chased.
Exactly. And when you're being chased, you don't speak clearly.
So, what do most learners do in those moments?
They rush even more. They think, if I speak fast, I'll get through this. But fast speaking in stress kills clarity. Here's a rule, Emma. Sorry, speaker too. In high stress moments, pause before you answer, not after.
Pause before?
Yes, that pause is power. Interviewer asks, can you tell us about a challenge you faced at work? Most learners answer like this. Yes, I had a challenge where I needed to manage time and my team, and it was difficult, but I learned a lot. Now, listen to this version. Yes. One challenge I faced was managing time while leading a team.
Wow, that pause at the beginning changes everything.
Yes, it tells the listener, I'm thinking, I'm confident, I'm not panicking.
You know, that pause makes the speaker feel bigger, more grounded.
Exactly. Pauses ground you.
What about presentations? Standing, everyone looking at you.
Even more important, in presentations, pauses are your friend. They make people listen. Instead of, today I'm going to talk about our project goals and timeline and challenges, say, today I'm going to talk about our project goals, our timeline, and our challenges.
That sounds like a professional speaker.
Because professionals pause.
So basically, the more nervous you are, the more you should pause.
Yes, exactly the opposite of what your fear tells you. Pauses are like telling your brain, relax, I've got this.
And the brain actually listens?
More than you think.
Can I say something personal? Before important calls, my hands shake.
That's normal. And pauses help your body catch up with your mind. Here's a simple rule. When stressed, pause, breathe in through your nose, then speak.
Even one breath?
Yes, one breath can save a sentence. Let's lock this in. Stress makes you rush. Pauses bring you back.
Back to control.
Exactly.
I feel like this episode is therapy.
English therapy.
So, if someone remembers only one thing from this episode, what should it be?
This. Silence is not your enemy.
And in the final part, we talk about how to practice pauses daily.
Yes, so they become natural, not forced. All right, Robert. Speaker 2. Let's give people practical exercises.
Yes, Emma. Speaker 1. Hit me.
First, start small. Pick one sentence today. Speak it slowly. Pause after every key word.
Even if it sounds weird?
Exactly. The weirder, the better. Because your brain notices. It says, oh, I'm in control. Next, focus on breathing. Deep breath before speaking. One more mid-sentence. One at the end.
So, pause plus breath equals confidence formula?
Yes, science approved. Now, practice with a friend. Ask a question. Answer slowly. Pause naturally.
And if they interrupt?
Smile. Breathe. Continue.
Huh. So basically, the more they jump in, the more I pause.
Exactly. It's counterintuitive. More chaos, more need for control.
That feels empowering.
Let me repeat. Slow, clear, pauses. Your mind and body need this. Your speech will thank you.
Pause doesn't mean weak. Pause equals control. Got it.
Exactly. Here's a mental trick. Before you speak, think, I have space. I own this sentence. Your brain interprets that as confidence.
Oh, wow. So the pause is both psychological and vocal.
Exactly. Two birds, one habit.
Emma, I remember my first big presentation. Hands shaking, heart racing. I forgot the first sentence.
And then?
Then I remembered to pause, take a breath, and words came back.
Yes, that's the magic of pause. Don't overthink pauses. Don't count seconds.
So just feel natural?
Exactly. Let your rhythm guide you.
So each pause equals confidence deposit?
Yes, small deposits add up fast. To summarize, pause after key words, breathe, own your space, smile, practice daily.
And over time, speaking English becomes less scary.
Yes, confidence grows quietly. Remember, silence is not your enemy. Pauses are your friends. Slow down, speak clearly, own your words.
Emma, this is gold. I feel like I can already pause and breathe.
Yes, Robert. Now go practice and see how your brain reacts. Thanks for listening today. Remember, pauses are power, and you are not your fear.
Yes. See you next time, Emma.
Bye, Robert. Stay calm, stay confident, and just speak English.